Why do you think they crashed their ship into the Dreadnought? Those are extreme tactics for the Cabal.
Oh, no. Yeah, okay, I figured it out. Our Thunderlord's experimental power source overloaded our electrical grid. But it looks like everything's fine now.
Deej, we're live, so, you know.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Here, take that away. That was a bad idea from the get-go. Welcome. Welcome to another reveal event for Destiny the Taken King. I'm Deej, and we are broadcasting from Bungie, live in front of a studio audience. Thanks so much for being here, and please join me in welcoming our design expert for this show, James Sy. So tell us what you do at Bungie.
Yeah, I'm one of the design leads here at Bungie. I've been specializing in strikes pretty much since the beginning of Destiny. You know, and that's been awesome because I'm a huge co-op player. Love co-op games, and you know, getting to build these experiences with so many talented people has been really rewarding.
Wonderful. Well, we're going to look forward to some developer commentary from you because that is exactly what we're going to reveal today. We're going to play one of the strikes that you're going to have access to on September 15th in Destiny the Taken King when it launches into orbit. So let's go ahead and meet the fire team that we're sending into battle today. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So please join me in welcoming our special community guest, Mr. Fruit. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where can we find you on the internet? What are you used to doing there?
Some know me as Mr. Fruit. I upload videos on YouTube. It's not your usual run-of-the-mill videos. It's me just having fun, playing PvP, and this will be PvE, so we'll land my comfort zone, but yeah.
Okay, well, we're glad to have you. And then to your right, we have Claude Jerome. Claude, you're one of the newer members of our team, so please tell us what you do at Bungie and what you did on the Taken King.
Yeah, so I'm a sandbox designer, so I helped to make a bunch of new cool ways for you to play your favorite classes. And for Taken King, I helped wrap up the classes that we have, the new subclasses that we have, so we'll do a little deep dive on what their cool new toys are.
New Hunter, new Titan, new Warlock, and we're going to get a good look at that today. And then certainly, last and to the left, and certainly not least, my fellow community manager, Cosmo. So with all those vault questions out of the way, you get to get your hands on a controller this week. You ready to rock?
Ready to go find the Sheild Brothers.
All right. So before we launch into this activity and before we take on those Sheild Brothers, we're going to take a look at the Guardians that you'll be taking into battle today. So let's begin with Mr. Fruit. Tell us which class that you've selected, and let's configure it for maximum justice in combat.
I have taken the Master Race Sunbreaker Titan. I'm going to be rolling with a hand cannon, a sniper rifle, and the subclass, we'll walk through it. First tier, I'll just show you guys what it is and what I like the most. Fusion grenades from the Warlocks have made their return. I know.
Classic.
So many people love those. The new grenade, the thermite grenade, it throws a burning line of fire forward. That's what I'll be using. It's really fun to use. And incendiary grenade. For the jumps, I'm sorry, Titans, no blink today. I'm still holding hope, but it's your usual jump with increased control, height, catapult. And then your super Hammer of Soul, which is Thor Simulator 2015. It's amazing.
Bring down the hammer.
You throw out a fiery hammer. You have different perks. This one allows you to throw more hammers because who doesn't like more hammers?
Simple decision.
More hammers.
Yeah, this one, sort of like shoulder charge, but this time you make them explode in fire.
Yeah,
so,
you can do it a bunch of times. Super fun.
I will, however, be using this new mechanic called sunspots. And so every time I throw it, a sunspot will appear on the ground, and I'll show you how that works later. My melee, Sunstrike, burn enemies with a heavy solar melee strike. I'm going to be using Melting Point. This is, by the way, guys, start using this super good.
Yeah, your buddies will love you.
Use this on PvE and everything. Hit this with the boss, and it weakens them for everybody doing damage on for a little while. It's super good. Thermal Vent, you can also, when they explode, create sunspots. So if you want to go to that whole skill tree, you can do that. And Stroke the Forge, it's an interesting name. You can
Stoke the Forge.
oh, Stroke. Okay, that makes a whole lot
It's
more
a little
sense.
different. It's a
I was like,
yeah.
Stroke the Forge, really, Bungie?
Slightly
Okay.
different fantasy, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, your codex and whatnot. Next, your Hammer of Soul will seek your enemies. Really fun for PvP. Enemies felled by your hammer explode. Chaining fiery soul explode. But I will be using enemies felled by your fire grant you bonus agility and reload speed. So using Hammer of Soul, suddenly you got all these stacks. It's super fun.
Hastened by the flames.
And codex. Next, when super energy is full, grenade and melee abilities recharge twice as fast. So it's sort of a trade-off. You can keep your super, but if you do, grenade and melees come back, so that's up to you. This one I really like for PvP. Killing somebody with fire regenerates your health, so every time you kill someone with a hammer, it regenerates your health. And then the whole mechanic that I was talking about with the sunspot, when standing in a sunspot, you gain an overshield, and your hammer soul lasts longer. So I throw a hammer down on the ground, I stand in that, and rain fiery death upon everybody.
So you're totally building here for sunspots because you really love them here.
Yeah, it's really good for PvE too. You just hold down a spot. Even PvP like control, I can see it being really useful.
Yeah.
Artifact.
And then lastly, the artifact, which didn't get a cover last week. I have the Radagast Blade, and so what it will do is it's not actually cosmetic. So on your character, you won't see it. However, as you'll see from everybody else, it does play into your character, and for instance mine, solar melees have a chance to generate an orb when killing a minion of the darkness, so it works to your strengths.
And it comes to strength because it comes to stats.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, Claude, you're up next. What are you
Yeah.
taking into battle today?
My controller.
other one.
Oh, great.
There you go.
Yep, we're good. There you go. Let's get this here. Yeah, so I'm going to be running with the Hunter. So this is my favorite new subclass. This is the Night Stalker. It's the Hunter's first true support build. So we're going to look at this, take a little deep dive. So first up, we have the grenades. So he's got Spike Grenade. So that's a pretty fun one. It's a little tricky to use, but once you've gotten the hang of it, you can really set up some cool plays. Got Void Wall. So this is the Hunter's new grenade. It creates this big horizontal wall that's an area denial tool. It's really powerful and really fun to use. Really cool visuals. And good old classic Vortex Grenade. So he's got a bunch of what we like to think of as trap grenades, so he can set up plays with area denial really easily. For his jumps, we are going into higher jump, so we get the super tall jump, better control, and triple jump. I tend to go with better control because I like to do the strafing mid-air kind of gameplay. It gives you some cool, tricky opportunities. And then for his super, Shadow Shot, the Night Stalker will actually summon this void bow, pull back a shot, and when it hits, wherever it hits, it'll sort of build up, lash out, and grab a bunch of targets, slowing them, suppressing them, keeping them stuck. And there's a bunch of fun little mods here for that. So sharing the damage across the tether, lasting longer, being a little bit more reliable, and then Quiver to shoot it 3 times basically. So that's super fun. So
You round them up and we'll knock them down.
Exactly, yeah. So I'll go with Black Hole so we can make sure we get maximized round up, knockdown. For his melee, we have the Smoke Bomb. So this is the Hunter's new little toy here. He can throw that to disorient guys, blind them, and there's lots of new mods for that as well. So Venom to double down on the damage factor of the Smoke Bomb. Vanish and Smoke.
This one, I was telling, this one's my favorite. I love Batman.
Yeah,
and
I'm
so
a huge
it's like
Batman
a
fan,
smoke
too.
pellet. It's fantastic.
This one's super great for your teams. Like I said, the Night Stalker is all about supporting his team, so you can actually take you and your allies visible with Smoke Bomb here. And then Snare, so kind of playing on the trap gameplay theme. For his stats, I chose to double down on agility and recovery. It's my style. And since I'm going to be supporting these guys, I'm going to be running Courage of the Pack, which is another way to keep supporting my team. Light of the Pack is another good way to do that. And if you want to be a solo kind of guy and focus on area denial, you can run Lockdown, which is a good way to double down on your traps as well. And then over here, I'm going to be running Shade Step, so I can dodge a bunch around, and I love dodge. It's super fun. Makes me feel really agile. But the other options are Predator, which is basically another trap mode kind of thing, and Keen Scout, which gives me a lot more awareness of the environment. So.
That evade roll is
What
so
about your
deadly in
artifact?
my hands.
It's pretty fun.
Artifact.
Oh, right. And yeah, of course. Yeah, good catch there. Yeah, so the artifact, I'll be running the Neural Bizarre?
Of course,
Bizarre,
that's my
Bizarre.
favorite
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. I just had one of those for breakfast, actually. So this one is, yeah, totally doubling down on my Void skill set here. So Void melees will give me a chance to get some orbs.
All right. And Cosmo, you're pretty notorious for playing as a hunter almost all the time, but today you're going to take one for the team.
Yeah, today I'm going to be playing a Warlock. I'll be playing a Stormcaller, and I don't know a ton about Stormcaller, but so I'm going to pass the control
I'll help
to
you out
the
here.
subject matter expert and let him explain all of the details.
I'll force feed here a little bit. So, so the Stormcaller is all about channeling lightning through his hands and Emperor Palpatining everybody, so like shocking guys down. So for his set, you'll see a lot of the arc damage revisited here. So Pulse Grenade, and then Storm Grenade is his new grenade, and that basically is like a pocket storm. You can just point wherever you want, you'll throw a grenade, and call down a storm. It's super powerful, really fun to use. So he's got Glide. No blink here, but he's got blink in his super, and we'll check that out in a second. Cosmo is going with a focus burst here, so he wants a little initial boost of speed. Storm Trance, like I said, call down lightning from your hands and wreck guys that way. Cosmo running my favorite mod here, which is Landfall, which is basically a way for you to float above your enemies, cast down a super powerful lightning bolt, and just blast a bunch of guys before you go into your Stormcaller, like Storm Trance stuff. And a bunch of other tools here, so double down on the chaining capabilities, or blink. So this is a good mobility option for closing the distance.
You had to put it in there somewhere, didn't you?
Yeah. Everybody loves blink. Thunderstrike. Just a quick charge melee thing here, and like this is basically his range. He has a high range with this, so it's basically a way for him to shot guys from afar before finishing them off. Bunch of cool tools here to enhance that. Pulse Wave, and they're the cool team tool here. When you take damage, a bunch of your allies will get a bunch of speed boosts, so you can kind of avoid further damage easily.
So you set that up so you can get a speed boost, right?
Exactly, yeah. So we can all help ourselves.
I see what you did there.
Feedback, good way to kind of take the damage back to your opponents. Transcendence, another good way to play with energy building here. Perpetual Charge. This is a good way for you to play with like what you want to play, what your stats focus is going to be, or how you're going to recharge your energy. Arc Web's another great way to focus on your damage chaining capabilities. And Electrostatic Mind is another good way to build your super faster. So this actually charges your super faster when you're near allies. So this syncs really well with Pulse Wave.
So I'll be sure to run away from you.
No, you gotta stay close.
I have to get all the kills though.
There you go. And don't forget your artifact.
I have the Heliopause Bond.
One more down.
Oh, that's my bond. I have the Tishuan Bangle. And let's see, it's melee have a chance to generate an orb when killing a minion of darkness, so that'll be great.
Fantastic.
All right.
Teach.
Our fire team is configured and ready for battle, so go ahead. We've set destination for Sheild Brothers, so if you are go for launch, have at it.
Cool.
And they're on their way. So
Donner.
as they make their way, James, give us a sense of the tactical scenario that you've created in this strike.
Yeah, so this strike's going to take you right into the heart of the Hive Dreadnought. Oryx and his buddies aren't really great at making friends throughout the galaxy, so you know, a couple of senior Cabal commanders, Valis Maul and Valis Tlern, are leading a invasion force onto the big ship. This is a chance for Guardians to kind of take advantage of the chaos from this incursion, go in there, take these two commanders out. Ordinarily, you know, I think the Guardians would be okay with the Cabal taking down a big Hive ship, but big Hive Dreadnought, but there's, you know, a lot of information, a lot of secrets in there that still have to get extracted. And, you know, blowing up an entire system while you're in it, that's just not like a great
Yeah, the
outcome.
Cabal can be a little sloppy with their combat tactics.